Boom, welcome back to the TNEC cast. It is your boy Peak Week Shuff, which is your man Weapon
Oh
K.
Lord, man.
So who knows what you're gonna hear me say today. But we're the TNEC cast, like I always say, the housekeeping, like, comment, subscribe. Mr. K, how you feeling today, brother?
I am great. How are you feeling? Are you hydrated?
Man, oh yeah, got my distilled, hitting that like crazy.
Mm,
Honestly, like while I'm tired, I feel great. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
mm,
I feel the way I'm supposed to feel. I'm flat, but I still look full.
mm.
Everything is going the way it needs to go. So I'm just ready, man. I've been off stage for now it's over a year. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get back to it. It's gonna be a good day on Saturday. I know that. You know what I'm saying?
And this is
Gonna
the
be.
Windy City show
Nah, this is IPE Wild West.
in Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma City,
Gotcha.
well, Midwest City, same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, look, we coming off, legacy because we didn't get to talk about it because we did the two
Mm-hmm.
shows. So we got another win. You know what I mean? And we just keeping the things rolling. Cause we posted today about DJs going back into prep. Urine
For
prep.
what?
Uh,
I can't. All right, cool. It's
oh
off
no
the
no no no!
record. It's cool.
It's not so much off the record, but we have a plan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a pretty dope plan.
All right,
From
cool.
from the coach standpoint. Nah, I mean we can talk about it. Athletic in bikini, we gonna go in there 10-1 and go take 2 wins. You know what I
All right.
mean? So that's the plan. I wish Courtney was gonna be ready, because then Courtney he could slide in there too, but he's overcoming that hip injury, so he's not gonna be quite ready,
Yeah.
just yet. So yeah, man. I mean, look, everything is good, man. Like, uh, we ready. We did everything we needed to do. Prep went the way it needed to go. I enjoyed my nice little refeed on Saturday.
What you
You
get?
know,
You better not say something vegan. I will kick you in your feet.
nah, 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 not this time, not
What
this
you
time.
get?
That's after. Um, I'll say a burger and sweet potato fries.
Okay. From what, a restaurant or just like?
Maybe a little more than that,
Oh
but
God. I blacked out. Don't remember, Coach. My bad, man.
man, look, I needed it, man. My muscles was calling for it, man.
Yeah.
I was, cause no, cause like no, cause real talk, like last week I went real. I mean, I was flat. I
Yeah.
mean, flat. But it was good though to see what happened, cause as I was filling up on that Saturday, no bloating, didn't feel crazy or anything like that. Cause then the thing is, which a lot, so everybody's body's a little bit different.
Mm.
So my body, I'm one of those people. I look better during like later in the day than I do in the morning. So I go on at 10 o'clock on Saturday.
Mm.
So I gotta try to see if I can get three, because I wake up early enough too. So I'm gonna try to get 3 meals in before I get on stage, so I look nice and full.
Yeah.
I don't gotta worry about, because they ain't getting skinny shuffle no more. Because I'm going on stage 10 pounds heavier at minimum.
Mm.
Which is that's another great thing, man. Seeing, like, man, anybody that's watching this and you are like refusing to take time off to grow, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Like, I went from being like a really, really good pro to now I'm about to prove that I'm an elite pro. You know what I'm saying? And it's simply because a lot of these shows where I didn't crack the top five, which was rare, but if I didn't crack the top five, or I got third, set, it was a lot of the times because of my size, because I just wasn't big enough. I got too laser focused on being too, like, there's a difference between lean and tight. And some people don't realize that, because if you get too lean, then you look skinny. And if you look skinny, then, at certain levels, everybody has full, I shouldn't say everybody, most people have fuller muscles and things like that. So then that makes it, you don't want to make it for the judge. You don't want to make it easy for the judges to dock you. And, that I was doing that. And that's the other thing. Own that shit. Man, it's peak week. I don't care.
Yeah.
Own that.
This running.
Oh, you got own that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, Because too many people won't go cry. Oh, the judges, they didn't like me. Or they... Nah, man, go look in the mirror and understand that you got to get better. That's what I did. I didn't go. I wasn't crying the blue. I was mad at myself, and that's the thing. Like I was mad at myself for the way I allowed myself to go on stage the last time. I didn't know I was as sick as I was and all that stuff, but I should have known, man. Nah, this ain't it. And especially because because the dope thing about men's physique right now, almost unless you have to, it's harder to find a crap lineup than it is to find a good lineup. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like you wanted to go try to get a little cheapy win, go to some small show, do that goofiness. I would never ever do that. But that's the other part of it. I'm going against killers all the time. So you can't go up there 80%, 90%. You gotta give every single thing every single time because you might get embarrassed. And I got embarrassed. You know what I mean? I put on a great show, but I got embarrassed. You know what I mean? And that, trust me, every time I felt like slacking off or not, I think about that. I was like, man, Isaac, you forget everybody else that I let down. I let myself down. You know what I mean? And that was, you know, that's a driving force behind, you know, and I felt bad I couldn't do this show, you know, last year being sick. So there's that kind of, you know, redemption arc, you know, coming back for that. You know, shout out to Susie. You know, I still, she always tells me, Coach, don't worry about it. But I still feel so terrible about not being there. We left her there, you know, alone on the island, but she held it down, you know. So, yeah, that's how it's going, man. I know after this, I'm going to need a nap.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, man. I got cardio.
I just got done. Look, man, I just got done working out. So now, you know what I mean? So I got that little hot high, you know what I mean? And then I ain't got time for a nap. I got clients after this, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
So that takes a lot of self-awareness to sit there and being like, you know what? I didn't, like, the judges are right and I am wrong. You know, and a lot of humility because like for me personally, I posted a reel and it was like a squatting reel, and I was watching it back. I watched it like 100 times, and I was like, I had like 2 more in there, dog. I had 2 more. And then I had to sit back and like, are you training hard enough? And then to dig even deeper, it's just like I was looking like my plan and how, oh man, it's so complicated. Well, it's not complicated, but it's so detailed for me. Mm-hmm. And I had to take a step back and I'm like, it's not really what you do, it's how you do it. So if you do it 100%, like the execution's perfect, Terminator execution, and then you have 100% intensity and effort, no matter what, you can throw some crazy like programming in there and you will make leaps and bounds because that is literally 95% of the work. Effort, execution, intensity.
Yep. 1,000%. And that's something that I'm dealing with right now because there's people that are upset with their results, but they're not looking in the mirror. You know what I mean? They're not, because there's certain things from a scientific standpoint that we as coaches understand. And shoot, even, I mean, athletes should understand this as well. You know, simple things about your deficit, you know, where you can, you know, if you're eating X, you know, you should lose something. We none of this is an exact science. So we can never say, hey, if you do this, you follow it to a T, this week you will lose X. I mean, you could be, I mean, look, a broken clock is right twice a day kind of thing. But, you know what I mean? You never be able to, you'll say, hey, you're going to lose weight. I can't tell you exactly how much, but, you know, and seeing it gets frustrating because they want to, you know, it's always, and when I talk about shortcuts, I'm talking about, if I take, nothing you take can substitute work. That's what people need to understand. I don't give a care if it's, you can take, you know, enough steroids to kill a horse, or you can take a multivitamin. It don't matter. If you're not working, that stuff don't work. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, I saw the meme again today. So I could look like that if I took steroids. No, you couldn't, because you can't work. And that's what drives me nuts. People don't want to work. It drives me absolutely insane. They want to find every reason in the book other than, maybe I'm not working hard enough. Then you get people like us that are working ourselves to the bone, and we're trying to find that little area of where can we work harder? Where can we get more out of it?
But that's the thing. I don't even feel like I'm working myself to the bone. But like, that's a good thing. Because rather than be like, yeah, I'm killing myself, then that kind of puts a ceiling on wherever you think you could go. And even like you said, we're always just like, wait, I could go harder here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I didn't give it my all here, or you thought you didn't give it your all, and you're like, you know what? Why not? Let's go for one more. Let's see what happens. Even then,
Yeah.
like I was just like, I have to start logging my workouts again because like that's a good way to hold yourself
Mm-hmm.
accountable about work
Yep.
ethic. And like even in prep, it's hard because you see the numbers start to go down. Even if it's
Yeah.
not by much, but it still goes down. Like you might lose a rep a week or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I stopped because I was like, if I'm in prep, bro, I don't care. That kills my motivation. That kills my ego. Like, but now I'm focused on the execution of the movement. Now everything is just like I call it like the Terminator form.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look like an absolute robot rep.
Yep.
Like someone built me in a lab and coded, hey, my arm goes from here to here, and that's the only thing I am built to do.
Yeah. But that's real, and that's the thing because anything that's worth it, I think is hard to achieve or hard to attain. And that's, I mean, in fitness, in life, work, like think about anything that you obtained easily. Was it really anything of value?
Yeah.
Now think about the things that you have that you value. And there's different degrees of hard work and things like that. But you're talking about how, with the precision and these things is Terminator, because what the Terminator has one mission: seek and destroy.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, so now that's the simple part of it. But you go from seeking to destroying. There's a lot of work that goes on in between that. And that's the part that people miss out on. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people try to skip out on it. Me, I'm in love with the work. I'm in love with the pain. Like this tiredness and this thing I'm feeling, I'm in love with it because I know that's gonna get me to where I want to be. Feeling now, when I say feel great, I'm feeling great from an athlete standpoint of like, hey, my body feels good. I don't feel like I'm breaking down, but I'm tired. I'm suffering. Y'all see my face sunken. Like I'm not playing around. Like I need this, man. Like that's why I'm working so daggone hard. So when people tell me how bad they want stuff, I'm like, then why do you not have the result? Are you really working that hard? Because then when you start digging in, this is where having a sales background, they can't stand it because I know how to fact find. I will ask you a whole bunch of questions without you even knowing that I'm about to turn this around. I done mixed it up and say, here, and I'm about to present it to you about why you don't got what you want is because you're lazy. You know what I'm saying? And people don't like to hear that. You know what I mean? Like I may not get what I want all the time, but let me tell you, man, my ass is working. So if I don't get it this time, I'm getting it next time. If I don't get it that time, I'm still working. And if I do achieve it, guess what? Excuse me, or when I achieve it, guess what? Okay, what's next? I'll enjoy
Yep.
it, but then what's next? Because I mean, my thing is I'm trying to be a Hall of Fame coach, a Hall of Fame athlete, and I'm not. There ain't no such thing as the Hall of really good. There's no such thing as the Hall of I almost made it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's you know what that is. You know where those chumps are. No offense to them calling them chumps, but because there's a lot of them did all this, but they didn't work, and that's what drives me nuts. There's like because we've talked about this before. There's nothing wrong with being okay. There's nothing wrong with being average. There's nothing wrong with that. So I always, shout out to my Dallas Cowboys. I always talk about how our quarterback is average. Do you know how much money the average NFL quarterback makes? So that's why I try to tell people, like, oh, you say I'm like, yeah, but he's an average NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Because you be asinine to say he's an average quarterback in the grand pantheon of quarterbacks
Mm.
today. But just to bring it back, man, I guess maybe this is the new theme of this thing. You gotta work, man. Stop pontificating about how you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And then when it come time to prove it, when it come time to show, when it come time to do it, you don't got nothing because you didn't work. It's just because this is, it's lifestyle and bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is even worse because now you got to get up on stage half naked. And now if you didn't work, it's going to show.
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget this. The first show I ever went to was a Europa in 2019.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, I still had this idea that everybody that got on stage looked the part. Started seeing people up there that did not look the part. And I
Yeah.
was like, and I'm hearing rumblings. So when I say that stuck in my head, I was like, I'll be damned if I go up there and people in the crowd, oh, what's he doing up there? Oh man, why? You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, and some people can say that's superficial, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Like, you don't want to be the kid, like, in youth sports or high school sports. There's the one, the water boy that they let come in the game because they don't got enough people, and he getting cooked,
Yeah.
or he or she is getting cooked. Nobody wants to be that person. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm a grown ass man, adult pro bodybuilder. I still have that fear. Mike Tyson talks about how fear drove him. I have that fear, but the thing is, I'm still working. I don't let that fear overcome me. The fear drives me to work harder. The fear doesn't make me go, oh no. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, because there's gonna be people that hear this and they're gonna get upset. But I ain't tell you no lies. If the truth bothers you, I'm sorry, that's between you and the truth. That ain't between you and me. You just might not like the way that I delivered it, or the fact that I'm holding up that mirror to you. Because at the end of the day, because speaking with Kate for this season, we've had some triumphs, we've had some disappointments, but every single time he looks at the mirror and he don't blame nobody. I've never heard him one time, and I'm talking, this is private, nobody's business conversations. Never, not one time blamed anybody. Took it all on his own. Easily, and I'm talking, to me, he could have blamed, we talk offline very candidly, very, very candidly. I mean, we talk pretty candid on here too, but, very candidly offline. Never, not one time did I ever hear him speak about, oh, well, the judges, or, oh, my coach, or, not one time. It's always, I need to do a little bit more. I got to do this. I got to do that. And I'm telling you, all these people that are struggling, is because the first thing they do, instead of looking in the mirror and pointing and saying, what can I do better? Because the thing is, if you look in the mirror, and I'm talking, we're being truthful. If you look in that mirror and you're like, all right, I really have done everything that I can do in my power with my knowledge and my ability. What is next? Who do I need to get with the help? What do I need to change? You know what I'm saying? But most of y'all won't. Y'all breezing right by that step and going straight to trying to change or trying to blame, or both, and never taking the onus. It's never you. It's always, we're speaking about our sport. It's always the judges. You know what I'm saying? Or the organization don't like me. This don't. Man, people don't like me. I don't give a shit. I still roll up. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see my attitude. I don't care. So what? I'm still going to show up and do what I do. I'm still going to show up and steal the crowd every time like I do. You know what I mean? But y'all got to stop making these funky ass excuses and stop. Oh, see, my filter.
Someone give this man some carbs, bro.
Yo, my
tell your coach,
gone,
hey,
yo.
man. You've been going for 9 minutes, bro. God bless.
My filter's gone, man.
Go get some sweet potatoes,
in,
bro.
Man.
Relax.
My filter's gone. Well, because it's frustrating, man. It's just like the meme that I post with Mekhi Phifer with the cigarette. I'm just sitting there looking at my phone. I'm like, oh God. But
so there's two.
Hey,
there's two things I want to add on to that one. One, you talked about how you love the work, absolutely adore the work. Me, the most satisfying feeling, because I've been in prep for 5 months now, and I got 4 months to go, 3.5, whatever, right? And I am. Diet fatigue is a thing. If I look at another chicken breast, I'm probably going to fight every chicken I see on the street. It was like, why did the chicken cross the road? Running away from Coop because he's about to whoop his ass. However, and like, I don't want to eat another chicken breast. But as soon as this call ends, I'm going to eat another chicken breast. Not because I love the work. It's because I love, at the end of the day, getting in bed and realizing I was not a bitch today. I was not a punk today. I told myself this is exactly what I want to do, and I did it. I had 1,000 different choices I could have made to make this life go the opposite way, but I made the right decisions today. Yep. Now let's make it one more day. Yep. And another day.
Yep.
So the work is I love training. Training's dope. I love eating good food. Like I can listen. I've been eating chicken and rice for the past like 6 years of my life, but when you're in a deficit for
It's
5,
different.
it hits different. You can't just put Sweet Baby Ray's on there, bro. You stuck with hot sauce, mustard.
Better get you some GUs.
Oh, GUs, man. A little something, something. But it's just like the satisfying feeling of just like, I made it another day and another one.
And,
And then you look back and being like, I have not fucked up one time. Just perfection. And to send that to my coach and be like, adherence, perfect. Because at the end of the day, as an athlete, your job is to make their life so easy. Dino doesn't have to do shit. I send him check-ins. He sends me the plan. I execute. That is it. There's no. Oh, I don't want to eat chicken no more. Can we switch to tilapia? No, negative, bro.
Man.
Just follow the plan. But I also got a caveat with this. That's just me. Everyone's different. I'm just speaking from my perspective. If you think that would be a good idea for you to follow, I think it might be a good idea for you to follow. Try it. Try it for 6 weeks. Try it for 6 weeks doing something that makes you uncomfortable. Not because you love it. It's because it's going to make you a better person and lead you to the place that you want to be.
So when you said this, because I bring up, the Kobe's, the Mikes, the LeBrons. Everybody wants to be great, but nobody wants to do the same thing over, and over and over and over and over. It gets redundant, and guess what? And over and over and over. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't stopping. Yep. You know what I mean? So, so Kay talking about what he was eating. Now, don't get me wrong. Can you, at the end of the day, it's about hitting your macros. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
But some of us, I bro it up. I like to keep it simple because I don't like to think. I just want to eat it and go because to me it's just fuel. It's just fuel. So if you want to, I don't want to say, I'm not, because I know people that are extremely successful with switching things up. You know what I mean? What they eat almost something different every day kind of deal.
Sure, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. To me, with as busy as I am and all the things I got to do, no, absolutely not. I ain't trying to sit there and figure that out. Yeah. I can cook. I can for real cook. Nah, Chief. Give me my sweet potato. I can't. I've had rice every once in a while just because. Give me my sweet potato. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Give me my green beans. I'm good. I haven't had broccoli in almost 2 years just because it gives me gas. You know what I'm saying?
Blowing
you know
what I
mean? Yeah. And I'll mess with asparagus every once in a while, but green beans is my thing. I know because at the end of the day, I know what works. But I go back to say, greatness is so redundant. Again, it's over and over and over again. People be wanting to switch up their workouts. We was talking about this the other day. I do the same workouts basically every day. Not the same one every day, but you get what I mean. Like same boot. Like I'm not doing anything dramatically different unless I notice the body parts lagging behind. That's it. You know what I mean? People want to do all these changes, and greatness is redundant, man. And people don't realize redundancy almost kills your mind. It'll drive you crazy because you don't know when. So, for example, when did Kobe or LeBron or Michael Jordan's career become a Hall of Fame career? Like what moment? You get what I'm saying? While they were in it, you know what I mean? They didn't work. They kept working beyond that. Because imagine if Jordan would have retired in '91, or he would have got hurt and didn't win didn't go on that insane run after that. Mm-hmm. He still had a pretty damn good career, arguably a Hall of Fame career. He had like 3 or 4 scoring titles at that point. Like he did a lot of great things. You see what I'm saying? But they wanted to be great, and we see it all the time. Everybody talks about how they want to be great in their job. Like everybody talks about how they want to be great, but they're not willing to do the work because they put a time frame on it. I don't know what has been achieved. I'm talking about great. We're not talking about real. I'm talking about great. What's been great that's been achieved with 2 weeks worth of work? I mean, somebody can name it
Yeah,
because a
go
lot of times, oh, well, this
ahead.
they'll be like, oh, this happened in 2 weeks, but yeah, but that person went to school for 7 years before they got to that 2 week time frame.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's where that redundancy comes in. You want to be a doctor. Anytime how many like, you want to be a pilot, how many hours you got to go up in the air, come back down, go up in the air, come back down, or you got to be in the simulator for X amount of time before you're allowed to get. Greatness is redundant. Stop trying to skip steps. Stop trying to skip steps. We've all been there before. Listen to people that have been there. I've been there. I've tried to skip steps in several parts of my life.
Mhm.
And guess what happened every time?
Yep.
Life say, I thought and this is the worst part about it. When you skip steps, you sit there thinking you're getting ahead. And all of a sudden, life, because you wasn't ready, because you skipped them steps, now you hit that point where something that you were not prepared for hits you, and now all of a sudden, it's like Chutes and Ladders. You hit the thing and take you all the way back down.
It's kind of like building, like, let's say, a desk.
Mm-hmm.
And you step one, step two, step three. You on a roll. I know what I'm doing. I don't need this manual. All of a sudden, you at step 8. You forgot step 6. Now something don't fit. Now you gotta take everything right apart and do that thing all over again. It's literally the same thing. Check your boxes, man. Check your boxes. And also, some people like to have time limits on how long they're supposed to be uncomfortable. Newsflash.
Mm-hmm.
It never ends. It never ends. Like, check me out, bro. This phase of my life, I am so grateful for, is because it's going to teach me how to stick to a diet long term, which is going to carry over into my off season. And then I'm gonna have a successful another prep, and I'm just becoming a greater bodybuilder. Now, I want this to be a 20-year thing. I want to retire in let's say 2041. Let's say this is year 1. But even then, it's just like, it doesn't end. I don't just stop growing as a person. There still has to be some type of stimulus to have me grow as a man. Anything. A new job, more kids, new business ventures, and it never ends. Food might change, but the stimulus life is still going to kick you in the teeth. You don't wake up one day and then at 62 and be like, well, thanks life. That was great, man. See you never.
Yeah, damn that, yeah.
So get
like,
real comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's where everything. Cliches are cliches for a reason because they're true. They always say the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there.
Yep.
It's. I mean, I'm sorry, you can't get around it. It's true. Bodybuilding was out of my comfort zone, and it brought me so much, which is why I give so much back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like this discipline. Look, I'm talking true discipline. That shit ain't comfortable, man. You turn like. No, I mean, we always talk about fitness, but something that really can apply to everybody: the discipline to truly save money. I'm talking about to truly save. Do you know how tough that is when all of a sudden you went from somebody that's usually having a couple $100 in your savings account to all of a sudden now you see a comma in your savings account. Now you see 2 numbers in front of that comma. How hard it is to not. Okay, I've done this.
Treat myself.
Like that, like discipline, man. Discipline's uncomfortable, bro. It's like uncomfortable, and but it's so worth it in the end. Like I know, so this win that I'm about to get Saturday is a culmination of so many different things, and we don't have time for me to really go into it. It's not that I'm trying to like hide it. It's just too much, but it's a culmination of so many different things. I've never veered. It started once I was able to get back on my feet, which I'm still, that was a year ago. I wasn't on my feet. A year ago, I was still stuck in bed. I couldn't get out of bed. Literally could not get out of bed. Had to crawl to go pee. Could barely eat. I got down to 147 pounds because I was stage weight when I got sick. Mm-hmm. So I got down to 147 pounds. And so that first day I got back, the number one thing, and this is what's going to drive. This is what most people think. Oh, so I'm back on my feet, and I went as hard as I could go. Wrong, wrong. I had the discipline to give myself a month to get myself right. I didn't run. I didn't do cardio. I did not work out more than 30 minutes. Like I put myself on a very strict thing to allow myself to get healthy first. That was phase one. Once I was healthy enough in my heart rate, because when you get sick like that, man, that was one of the things that tripped me out. Because I was, especially I was still running, and so I was in phenomenal shape from a cardiovascular standpoint. I take 4 or 5 steps, my heart rate's at 185. That was some trippy stuff right there. So get through that. And I was like, okay, now I got to put muscle on. They saw skinny Isaac. That's what it was. That's what I called 2021. That was skinny me phase. He gone. I worked my ass off. Stayed in a slight surplus. Put muscle on. Knew where I needed to be. Then I knew. So that way, prep has been. This has been the easiest, but the best prep. And I'm not saying easy because I'm not working. I'm easy because I know what to do. I know what's going on. You follow the plan. You make it simple. And the results is there, baby. Mm-hmm. So it's a culmination. It's a culmination of a lot of things, but it didn't start yet. This wasn't just, this last 2 weeks was nuts. It wasn't just this last 2 weeks. This whole thing, while it goes deeper than that, it's been a year coming. It's been a year coming. And, I found a lot of things to drive me. I had to go to the dark place for a little bit. I went ZDT. I was all social media. Now I'm back causing havoc, But, end of the day, man, discipline will set you free. We talked about this last week, but discipline really will set you free. And you guys just got to get that discipline, man. That discipline to stop trying to look past where you want to get to. Because that's what you don't realize you're doing. You're looking past where you want to get to. You got to get there first. You can't look past something that you haven't gotten to. Mm-hmm. And that's where people get caught up, because then you start skipping steps. Yeah, man.
Hey, don't put the cart before the horse.
Bingo.
Yeah. Hey, we got 30 minutes, dog.
That's all. Hey, that's all I got. K said, hey, because he texted me. He was like, I was like, I got a good 30 minutes in me. I gave y'all that good 30.
So now I got currently 6 days out? 5, 6, 5.
5 days out,
5
baby.
5 days out. So there's no need for a pep talk. I'm not a big pep talk guy. Hey, man, finish the damn job. Period.
You know it.
Go out there, have fun. All this work that you've done all led up to this moment. Just go in there and finish the job.
And so look, one of the things, there's a lot of things I've been visualizing. Another thing is visualizing us talking about the wins.
There you go.
Visualize it. We talk about it on here.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that's all I got, man. You got anything else?
Like, comment, subscribe, and next time you see me, I'll have my first pro win.
There you go. Until next time, guys. Later.